Podcast, WATP.
We were watching the first half of Stuttering John's appearance on Stephanie Miller's Happy Hour from July 17th, 2015, 10 years ago. This happened. And of course, John eventually will get hired by Stephanie Miller and be a part of this show. And you can tell he really wants that to happen because he asks about it a lot. And if you remember from our first part of this, he's also hitting on Stephanie Miller, who's a lesbian. And John's very horny. He's very hard up for work. He's very horny. And he's trying to impress these people. And so I want to pick up second half of this interview where Stephanie's trying to ask John about how he got on the Howard Stern show. And she has the answer. Because eventually she has to go and read it herself because John won't answer any questions. It's bizarre. She'll ask a very straightforward question. How'd you get the internship? And John just starts talking about the band that he was in at the time and tries to crack them up with the hilarious band names that he came up with.
And
you were in a band called the Rock Slide.
Oh yeah, it was Rock Slide. My drummer's dumb fucking name. I had a better name. Rubber Beaver. I thought that was way better, but
way better. Jim was in a band called the Foreskins.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, because there were four of them. And
Yeah.
Did you see John hoping to get a laugh after he said Rubber Beaver? The delay on here is hysterical. He says it, waits for the big laugh, gets nothing, and then goes, watch this again.
Fucking name. I had a better name. Rubber Beaver. I thought that was way better, but
way better.
Oof. Stephanie is not amused.
He wanted to talk about Beaver with her.
Oh, he will. He will. I feel like Harland Williams. You will.
Yeah.
You will. So John attempts to lean into this negative review he got for his band's second album.
But, I'll never forget a review I got from my second album. I just called this a super average garage band. And that would be my next band
Thank
name.
you.
Or you could learn from that and try to be less average and garage bandy. Maybe write some songs that are good. But no, good stuff, John. Hilarious. So Stephanie, as I mentioned, was asking John about how he got on the Stern show, and he goes off on these band names. So then she pulls out the bios in front of her and starts reading about Gary hiring John as an intern. And at this time, 10 years ago, Stephanie is actively trying to get on the Howard Stern show. She's got a book out. And so she's been reaching out to Gary Delabate, who does the booking on there.
I've been pestering relentlessly.
And I'm sure.
Hi, Gary.
Why wouldn't they have you on?
I don't know. I just emailed
I don't
Gary.
get- 'cause
I'm
Howard-
like, I got a fucking book, and I'm fucking filthy, and I'm a big
I
fucking
think
les,
Howard-
and I'll talk about all of it.
I think Howard would have you on. You want me to pull a few strings?
Yeah, let's do some shit for me.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I have some ins over there.
I love this.
He doesn't. Hey, Stephanie, he can't help you. Get on.
He's got some
Stern
outs
show.
over there.
Yeah. Also, at this time, this is after the Pelican brief, which was early 2013 or 2012, something like that. Howard has already made it very clear he wants A-list celebrities only, and he's no longer talking to lesbians about lesbian sex, right? Yeah. That's not his thing anymore. And Stephanie's going, why wouldn't he have me on there? I'm a lesbian. I'm dirty. To get us at the show. You're not paying attention if that's what you think they want. Of course, John doesn't fucking know either.
Right.
But anyway, so this goes on, and you can tell John hates this detail being revealed about him getting hired at the Howard Stern show.
He mentioned you're stuttering to Howard Stern, who, without seeing you, even before he was interviewed, told the producer to hire him.
Yeah. Yeah. Hire him. That's what we need. We got a Martian. We got a fat joke man. We need a freaking stutterer.
Yeah. No giggles. John's constantly giggling and laughing and how funny everything is. And then, it says here that Howard said to hire you sight unseen just because you had a stutter. Yep, it does say that. Thanks, Stephanie. Really appreciate you bringing that up. But then he has to make sure to explain, well, hiring me because I had a stutter, they didn't realize the actual talent they were getting. What a happy accident that was for them.
Yeah, and they didn't know that I would be this guy that would be fearless with these questions.
Right.
They had no idea. So when Howard was like, "Oh my God, he will ask anything."
Yeah.
Right. They didn't realize that John was going to be the greatest stunt boy in the history of stunt boys.
I didn't realize when I bought this punching bag that every time I hit it, terrible jokes would come flying out.
Yeah. So Stephanie asks the question, how was Howard the first time you met him? And so that's a great opportunity to have a positive response about Howard Stern. And I'm sure you guys are both thinking, John probably was a great guy, a great boss. It was so exciting. The show was on the rise. I was a part of it. It was a small group. It was incredible. He wouldn't like do something like, well, he was all right, but then he became a shithead. He wouldn't do something like that, would he?
What was Howard like when you first met him?
You know, just let's.
I mean, because we just had Lily Tomlin last week on the Happy Hour. I've met Carol Burnett at the Tonight Show when I met you, and I thought, like, wow, when you meet like your heroes, what is that moment like? Because it's huge for us, right?
Well, when I first met him, it was great. I mean, it was a great experience. I mean, this was like one of my idols.
Yeah.
So it was great, and then like the first 3 or 4 years were like great, but then slowly it just
This fucking guy. Yeah. She's literally set him up to say nice things.
Right.
And regale us with a story or something. Saying he was great. 3 or 4 years it was great is nothing.
Correct.
John doesn't know how to be interesting.
Also, he's an intern, so things are going to go south after 3 or 4 years.
Well, you're not supposed to be on a radio show for that long. You're supposed to do your internship and then get a job at another radio show in a different market and grow your career.
After I wore out my welcome, Howard became a prick.
Yeah.
After 3 years, they started to realize that I was a useless asshole.
Yeah.
And then it's got worse.
And Stephanie doesn't realize that. Stephanie thinks that John's a jack of all trades on the radio, and they have that conversation quite a bit. I didn't pull the clips, but it's interesting when she talks about how, these days in radio, you got to know how to work the board. You got to be able to be on air talent. You got to be able to do the prep work. You got to book all these things. And John's just like, yeah, I know. Yeah. John does none of these things, which Stephanie learns when she hires him to work for. Like, well, you don't know how to do anything. Mm-hmm. The fuck? Why did I hire you?
He's made a whole career out of misconceptions about his ability. Yeah. Anybody that's ever hired him overestimated what he was capable of. Then he gets hired. Then they realize that he's...
Then he does Zoom court from the classroom.
Yeah. He's a superfluous alcoholic loser.
Yeah. And I think that's caught up to him finally. I think is what we found out. So he talks about how rough it was working at the Howard Stern show.
Okay.
I mean, he is a good guy, though. I'm not trashing him, but there were things that he said, like I was telling you, that have been a little, like, I mean, he used to beat us up pretty bad. You know what I mean? Which I'm too sensitive, so I would like go home almost crying,
Just fucking guys going home crying from the Howard Stern show. And Adam Bush points this out all the time. He always finds out these people who enjoy this style of entertainment, except for when it's happening to them. Then all of a sudden it's mean and mean-spirited and not funny. John says, I was a huge Howard Stern fan. I loved the show. Getting on it was a dream come true. And then he gets on it, and he's like, but now they're making fun of me. I liked it when they were making fun of Fred and Jackie and Gary, but now they're clowning me? It's very upsetting.
Yeah, he also said he used to beat us up pretty bad. I don't think anyone got beat as bad as John.
No, I mean, they definitely... Howard went after fucking Gary every day, just about. Like, he really went hard at Gary, but Gary also knew how to run with it and take a joke and deal with that. John's being, again, the cry bully. John wants to be on there calling out Gary and what a piece of shit he is, and then as soon as they turn the direction on him, he's just like, "Whoa, what did I do?" Such a pussy. It really is the whole reason why the Dabbleverse exists, because of how sensitive he is. He couldn't just take things in stride and move on. And the guy Chris, the producer on the show, he's going, okay, so Howard was hard to work with or for, but he's also like the most successful guy in morning radio. So do you think there's like a method to his madness? Maybe there's a reason why he treated you guys that way?
Good question.
Yeah.
But is it because he required excellence?
What?
Is it because he required excellence? Is that why he would
What's
beat
that?
you guys up?
Well, no, just to say, John, the only thing you do well is stutter, and, you're an ingrate, it's
Okay.
like, those kind
That's-
of
yeah.
bullying kind of...
That's great. So don't you think that like Howard's brilliant? That's how he's built this show with these characters that people care about, even though they work in the back office. There's no reason why anyone should know who Grillo is. Don't you think like that's kind of like what makes him a genius? No, he's just a jerk. Okay, John has learned nothing. He really doesn't understand why the show is successful
Or what a good look is during an interview.
right. Because they say over and over again they're big Howard Stern fans. And we talked about this when he was on that sports show not too long ago down in Tampa, where the guy's like, hey, Stuttering John from Howard Stern, what was it like working for Howard Stern? That had to be amazing. And just like, he's a dick. And fucking, just like, dude, he's not looking for that.
Yeah.
He's a fan.
Well, it goes to show, what was that guy's name? Chris,
yeah.
Yeah, that he really doesn't know the Stern show that well or Stuttering John that well, where his assumption is that Stuttering John is on the show because he's great at his job, not
right.
And that's his value added. Not that his value added is being a punchline for Howard and Fred.
Remember the part where they said they hired a stutterer sight unseen? Howard's not looking for perfection. He's not looking for greatness. He's looking for doofuses they can clown.
He's not requiring excellence from some buffoon that he hired off the street.
All right, I'm gonna need to hear him stutter, and I want to know his IQ. That never gets brought up.
Does he know WordPress?
Right, he doesn't care. So then John asks Chris, how is Stephanie as a boss? And of course, this is 2020, being able to go back in time and see this. John will eventually tell us that Stephanie was the worst boss he's ever worked for.
This is 2020?
No. I'm saying 2020 vision when we look back.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yes,
thank you.
I messed up that phrase completely, and that's very confusing, so thank you for that. But so we know that John eventually is going to say Stephanie is even worse than Howard Stern. And he asks Chris, what's it like working for Stephanie? And listen to the way his voice changes.
Chris, and if I could ask a question,
Sure.
How is Stephanie as a boss?
She's great.
Thank you.
I mean, I wouldn't. I've
Compared to Stern and Imus, how am I doing?
I've been with her for 19 years now.
She's great. I've been with her for 19 years now.
That was really great.
It was really great. Yeah, it did sound a lot like the
Patton.
That was a great episode.
That was really great.
That's how you know it's insincere completely. The posture that we're going to see from Stephanie here, she does not like this line of questioning. How's it like working for Stephanie? And it's like, we don't need to go there. These two have worked together for 19 years, but off and on, we find out. It hasn't been consistent. And apparently, they butt heads quite a bit. Look at Stephanie's posture during this.
Such a great thing. There's no.
Well, no, we always joke like we really are. We're family. I mean, I don't know how
that's what it seems like.
I don't know how it was when you were at Stern, but we fucking fight.
Yeah, we fight.
But I'm like, if someone says something about him, I will fucking cut your dick off.
And vice versa.
She's very insecure talking about this. Arms are crossed.
She's imholting.
Yes, arms are crossed, protecting yourself. No, I mean, we're family. We fight, She's a bitch. I'm calling it right now. But I want her on the show, though. Stephanie, come on the show. Defend yourself. Maybe I'm off on this one. I just got the sense from that response. That's just great. And then it's like, we're family. You know how that goes. Yeah, family sucks. You know how that goes. So John starts talking about how he works with kids with stutters and helps them out. And this is the most insane thing anyone's ever said to John Melendez. You never say it again.
You're like, God bless them. That they're like thinking, God, I'm never going to have a life because I've been fucking traumatized by my childhood. And you probably saved lives.
Yeah.
You saved kids' lives.
I appreciate that.
Or you could say, no, I've not saved any lives. I'm trying to help kids who have a stutter get through life easier. You probably saved lives. Yeah, I mean, true. Good point, Stephanie. The fucking idiot. He really cannot be humble. If you compliment him, he can't wait to accept it. He's waiting for the next one. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Have you heard the rowboat story? Saved 2 kids' lives.
I know, he doesn't bring that one up as much as he... Didn't he save someone at Action Park, too? In the wave pool? I remember him telling the story about, an older gentleman in the wave pool that he had to run over and save his life.
Yeah, he hadn't cultivated that brag at this point.
I think that's right. He didn't remember it yet. In a few years, he'll remember that one. So, of course, John's through his second beer. 40 minutes in, he's ready to start his third beer. And he brings up again, if you remember the first segment of this, he goes, oh, I didn't know Chris is gay. Did you come out?
Right, yeah.
But Stephanie says that he's gay.
She exposed him.
Right, which is so stupid. Well, for some reason, John again reiterates, this is the same interview, just 15 minutes later, he brings it up again.
I feel like I'm talking
We
too
got
much.
nothing but time. We're in my basement fucking drinking.
Yeah, this is
I'd be
great.
here drinking anyway.
Speaking of which, Travis.
Travis, another beer?
Travis! Oh, I love this man.
I love him too. He's a good looking heterosexual boy, huh?
He's a homo guy. Nobody this good looking straight. Okay,
I know. Chris, I got to be honest. Like the first 6 months I listened, I never knew Chris was gay.
Yeah, you already said that. You've already made that very clear. I don't know if he thinks that's a compliment. Because why else would you say it again? Dude, you come off as not even like a flaming homo. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I listened to you on the radio and had no idea that you had balls in your mouth, slapping against your chin. I had no idea this was going on.
Yeah, I usually think that I have good gaydar, but you're
Right.
not flitting around the studio like Paul Lynde.
So John is terrible at getting interviewed because he can't answer questions and he thinks he's running the show all the time. And so there's a lot of this where Stephanie asks him a direct question and he just, you even heard at the beginning of that clip, he's like, am I talking too much? Just like, no, just answer the fucking question. That's why we're here, is to have a conversation. And this, what happens next is they talk about him and Susanna getting a divorce and what the reasons were for that. And this is the one reason you never, ever say out loud. Never.
But we just kind of felt that spark was lost.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the way, it could have been just moving or having all the kids. We didn't have a lot of like intimate times anymore.
Why are mommy and daddy getting divorced? Is it our fault? Yes! It's your fault we're getting a divorce. You've ruined our love life. You assholes. That's the one thing you can't say is that my kids are the reason why we got a divorce. This fucking idiot says it on a show. God damn, no wonder they don't talk to him.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
My kids kept cock blocking me.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. There was on one of his defunct YouTube channels, there was a song that he wrote and he made a video of it where he goes into Oscar's room and Oscar's like in a crib, baby Oscar. And he plays this song where he sings about how he doesn't get laid anymore because of this kid. Jesus Christ. Like, you could be like, well, that's a satire. That's a joke. Yeah, but then you also reiterated it during this interview with Stephanie Miller. So I guess you're not that creative, turns out.
Right, what you know.
Oh, and also, he's upset that these kids have a better dad now that they live with. This is another thing you probably should keep to yourself.
You and your wife are on good terms, and ex-wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's living in Sherman Oaks with her boyfriend.
Okay.
And their kids. That kind of hurts me a little bit not because of the boyfriend as much,
Right.
but because that my kids are actually, like spending time with another dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
like another
yeah.
father figure. Geez, I don't need the competition.
Well, good news. He did a phenomenal job. And the kid that you were around the most for raising doesn't talk to you and has mental problems, according to John. And the kid that Aaron raised is in Harvard. So I guess it was better off that you were gone and Aaron was there to raise your children.
It's not so much the boyfriend. Actually, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. The things that he's saying right here, give him some more beers.
Yeah.
Let's keep talking about your personal life, you idiots.
It's not that my wife left me for him. It's that my kids like spending time with him more than me.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. They cry when they come over to my apartment and I have to drive them back home. True story. So then they start playing the dating game for some reason. And John is just so horned up. Like he really wants to fuck Stephanie.
Or
Really.
Chris.
Or Chris, yes.
Somebody fuck
What
me.
are we looking for
Oh, I would.
John.
I would do all the things that a girl would do, only more.
Are you looking for love, John?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Oh, I would date you in a second.
Oh, well, I wasn't necessarily talking about me, but listen.
She's a lesbian, John. Jesus. He's so liberal and open-minded, but he does not know how gay works. Doesn't understand that at all. So he's continuing to try to hit on Stephanie, and then she's rolling with it. She's having fun with it. They're talking about what would our pillow talk be like? And then they get into all these political things because, they're both super liberal political commentators. And so they're making jokes about the stuff they'd be talking about. And John thinks of a joke thinks twice about it, and then gets egged on and releases it to the world.
That's weird. That's weird, that little improv.
And now can I? No, forget it. I'm not going to go there.
No, go ahead. No, do it. It's a happy hour.
No, I was going to say, well, now since we pulled out of Iraq, pull out of Afghanistan, is it time for me to pull out? Because I'm about to come.
No! Hey! No! Let's go for it. Oh, my God. We've never had anyone come on a happy hour. That would be awesome.
Would it?
No, it wouldn't. Stephanie's trying real hard. She's earning her paycheck today. John just talked about fantasizing about coming on Stephanie Miller on her show.
Look at her face.
He's being extremely flirtatious with this woman. It's odd, this behavior.
It's graphic.
It's graphic, yes. Let's stop thinking about it now. John brings up, at this time, John didn't know what he was going to do. He's fresh off the Tonight Show. He's looking for gigs. He thinks he might get hired by Compound Media, be a co-host with Anthony. He's looking for other opportunities with TV.
Whatever Jay Leno is doing next.
Yeah, if Jay Leno can hire him to hang out at his house or something, maybe be the valet, move some cars around.
You need me to wash your cars, Jay.
Yeah. But this is interesting because he has a manager back then, and this is his idea for what his next gig should be.
Well, I told my manager, I said, get me a terrestrial show. I think they need a show that's people. I'm not saying people are going to listen to me, but at least a cool thing to listen to on terrestrial radio. Like, I think that's why I loved having you guys on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I don't go to Sirius, and I don't, and as much as I love podcasts, it's just it's so the market gets so
niche.
Yeah, like so much smaller.
Right.
John's such a visionary. He's like, I told my manager, just get me a job on terrestrial radio because that's really where it's at. This is 2015. He didn't realize that everything was shifting away from terrestrial radio, and that's probably not a good place to start up your next career.
Yeah.
Also, how did that go, John? Did your manager get you a gig?
No.
You didn't get one of
He
those
started
jobs?
a terrible podcast.
Oh, right. Yeah, that is what happened.
John isn't really not broadcasting anymore. He's just only releasing his episodes on vinyl now.
Smart. Smart. Get them at Walmart exclusively. So John's explaining that he finally realized that these people do a show that streams online, and he was watching it one day. And as he's watching it, he's thinking, I should be on the show. I'm so funny. So he's literally typing out jokes as he's watching it and emailing them to the producer.
I was happy to discover you guys on the, on the web. I didn't know the show airs live. And I'm sorry for sending you so many jokes.
No, that's okay.
Because I was watching, I kept on typing jokes. I would do that for
Please
hours.
take them. We'd like to steal anything.
No, he actually liked one of them. He's like, but I just kept typing them. I'm like watching them.
And just like Howard Stern's show, they didn't use any of it.
Yes. Did you hear that? He's like, I liked one of them. And he's like, I just kept typing them. Like, how many jokes are we talking about? 20, 30? He's like, one of them was okay. That's embarrassing.
I want to see these jokes.
I know. I'd love to be a fly on the wall when he's watching the show and thinking like, oh, that's not the punchline. The punchline should be.
Yeah. I'm coming on Stephanie's tits right now.
Well, speaking of that, John starts hitting on Stephanie again.
I just stay here the entire time. I just
Well, hey, I could.
And the lights come on. I'm like, oh, hello. Oh, we're on again.
I could certainly spend some time with you here if you'd like.
well,
We'll drink some wine.
What's happening with John and I?
We'll have some wine, maybe smoke a little weed, and
Well, I don't
just
smoke weed, but the wine thing's good.
All right, we'll drink some wine.
Why am I doing this with my shoulders? I
don't
think this
know.
is sexy to a man.
That is not sexy
I don't know
at all.
what's sexy to a man. I don't know what's like. Do I think? Ow! It's dislocated. Help me.
Yeah, she wants to get out of this conversation.
You're imagining John's putting his hand on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You're trying to get it off.
Yes, right. She's trying to wiggle away from him, squirming.
His clutches.
She's squirming in her seat as John continues to talk about like getting high and drunk and naked. She doesn't want any of these things.
Yeah, there's nothing more fun than like somebody that you're not attracted to is insisting on hitting on you. Everybody loves that.
Everyone
right?
loves that. It's great. It's not uncomfortable at all. They start kissing John's ass, and he's loving it. Like I was talking about earlier, where they think that John did so much for the Howard Stern show, he's jack of all trades, and he's also doing all this other stuff on top of it. And so that's when John brings up, I'm also a stand-up comedian.
I totally agree. And, and I do stand up all the time too. And I'm like, you should definitely come see me.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Where do you do?
Yeah,
Where do you do?
when's your next stand-up gig?
Oh, you know what? This is so funny. This is how old I know I'm booked. I think this weekend in LA, but I can't remember where.
Okay.
That's not really a good plug, but you're not working with Howard Stern for many years. You're not good at plugging.
Shall I check your website real
And
quick
this
to see?
Show.
No,
Yes.
I don't know. I got to find out, but I do have a show coming up. But I'm always at the Ha-Ha. I'm always at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
No, he's not.
Jesus.
So here's what happened. John has no dates, and he's embarrassed because he's like, "Yeah, I do stand up. Oh, really? When can I come see you? There's a gig this weekend. Oh, I'll check your website. Nah. It doesn't matter. Like if he had a gig, they just look it up and find out where his show is. But he did not have a show.
I'm going to go hang out at the store and wait to not get up.
Yeah,
That's what he's gonna do.
the last time he went to the store, he complained about paying $12 for a bottle of beer. No one recognized him. No one cared. He left.
Unfortunately, all the comedians showed up that night, so I didn't do anything.
That's too bad.
Can I have my $12 back?
John brings up the bit that I don't know if he came up with it or he thinks he did, where they were going to weigh Jay Leno's head, and then they were going to play a game, what weighs more. And John tells this story because they're talking about like funniest things that happened when he worked for the Tonight Show. And I don't know why he thinks this is a punchline. I don't know what he's cracking up about when he ends the sentence.
I'm the verbose one, so I go in. I go, Jay, look, I have this idea. What weighs more in your head, like your head or a pumpkin? And he goes, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. And I go, yeah, that'd be funny. I go, so I had this scale. So in his office, you lie down and put your big fucking head on the scale. I swear to God, I watch this and plug my headphones.
What was that story? So I go to Jay. I'm like, put your fucking head on the scale. Oh, you guys aren't laughing. Well, that was maybe I didn't deliver it right. Why was he cracking up about that? And then they both have to politely laugh along with, oh, yeah, that's good. And Stephanie even said something later where she goes, I don't know if you have any other stories. Probably can't beat that one. Like really
So don't try.
Really pumping it up. Some really good stuff. And then Stephanie asked a question. I hate this question. This is a lazy interview question. I'm not even going to bash John for this.
Before we go, greatest Howard Stern story and greatest Jay Leno story. But other than that, which is hard to top.
Oh, wow. Greatest Howard Stern story. There's so many. You mean my interview types, or I'm trying to think.
Just what sticks out in your mind the most when you think of the Howard Stern Show? Your time on the Howard Stern Show.
Oh, a good behind the scenes thing. There are so many.
I don't even blame John. Give us your greatest Howard Stern. Chris, what's your greatest WTP story?
So many.
Right. Well, it's a horrible question, and Stephanie should know better. But this is the end of the show. Stephanie's trying to get John to just do his plugs and go away.
Wow.
Oh.
That is spectacular. John, how can we follow you, worship you like I do? How can we do that?
What, Twitter, anything?
I'd love to come on your other show.
Yes,
we will have
morning
you.
show,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and
are you used to getting up in the morning? Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't, have that be the focus. You just do your thing, and I'll just add in, whenever.
Come on with it.
Yeah.
But how can we follow you? How can we find out about your fabulous new book that you're writing?
Yes, at Stuttering John M.
See what I mean? He can't answer a question. Hey, where do we find you, John? What are you promoting?
You can find me here because I'm trying really hard to get a job.
Yes, right. He's booking himself on the show. And he's even telling you the terms of it. He's like, when I listen to your show, I'm coming up with funnier quips than anyone else. So just have me on there. I'll just be the guy with the great quips on your show.
I got to try that. Like when you get to the end and you throw it to me for a plug, I'll be like, I'll be on the WATP next Saturday. Yeah. Check me out there.
I'll be at Point Devil Point Monday and this little piggy on Friday.
Yeah. I'm just going to insert myself into what you have going on.
Yeah.
That's what I have going on. I have what I have going on is whatever you offer me. So please, I'm begging you, offer me something.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Dickhead.
The entire appearance, there's an hour long, he spends trying to fuck Stephanie and trying to get a job.
And trying to get another beer from Travis.
He's successful at. But I should mention the story he finally comes up with for tell us your best Howard Stern story is the one where he went to dinner at Nobu with Ozzy, which is more of just like I had dinner with Ozzy.
That's a dinner story.
Yeah, this is an Ozzy story. Not... Not a Howard Stern.
The story
show
is Ozzy goes to the bathroom and they have ocean sounds in there, and he tried to get up and look out the window to see the ocean. That's the coolest thing that happened on Howard Stern show.
Again, not John's story.
Yeah. And it didn't happen on the show.
Nope.
It's like
Great story.
It's like The Simpsons when you're picturing Mad Magazine, the back office. You're like, you were the Howard Stern show? That must have been outrageous. Yeah, one time I was having a very nice dinner at Nobu, one of the fanciest restaurants in all of Manhattan, and
Wow, that's wild.
I was there with a rock star and Howard. Oh, cool.
This one time I was heating up the potato and it heated up so fast. That was
Nailed it.
the best thing that happened to me.
I learned to poke some holes in it with a fork. Really sped up the process.
Fucking loser.
So anyway, that's the end of that, but it's not the end of our new series, Stuttering John on the Stephanie Miller Happy Hour Show. We have many more shows to go through. I'm excited about that.
Skull.
Who are these podcasts?